Grand Duchess Tatiana Nikolaevna, second daughter of Emperor Nicholas II and his wife Alexandra Feodorovna, was born in 1897 in Petrov, Russia. Since she was a child, she surprised with her captivating beauty, an exotic beauty, gray eyes, dark brown hair, and a very pale skin. Of the four daughters, she was considered the most beautiful since birth. According to her tutors, she was not very studious, but she liked reading. Like her mother and sister Olga, she had a beautiful voice, but she did not have a passion for music. She was fascinated by the world of fashion. She loved reading magazines and also doing her mother's hairdos. In 1913, she fell ill with typhoid and lost a lot of hair due to the medicines. She made his own wigs. During this difficult time for a young woman, Tatiana demonstrated a responsibility and maturity regardless of her young age. The little Grand Duchess, according to contemporary accounts, was a calm and poised girl. As a child, she wore simple white muslin dresses and sailor suits decorated with intricate embroidery by her mother. Tatiana and her older sister Olga were the big pair. They had a very strong bond and shared games, clothes, and interests. Tatiana and her mother had a beautiful relationship. It seems that Tatiana was the only one who could understand Alexandra. When she was just a child, the Tsar himself said he had never seen anyone so similar to Alexandra. They were not only similar physically, but also in character, both shy and sensitive. For this reason, they were considered cold and haughty, but once you really got to know them, they were completely different. Growing up, she became a tall and slim teenager with dark brown hair, gray eyes, and almost exotic features with a very reserved character. Endowed with the strong character of her mother, like her, she was very religious and loved household chores. She loved children and did all kinds of activities with the servants. A friend of her mother, Anya Virubova, speaks about Tatiana as a tall and slender compared to her sisters. She had light and refined features and the gentle and reserved ways of her English grandparents. Naive and understanding, she surrounded her young sisters and brother with such a protective spirit that they jokingly nicknamed her the governess. What Tatiana had in common, as did their sisters and brother, was a total contempt for her position. Another close friend of the Tzarina wrote, "They all meant very little to them, and they resented being treated ceremoniously. I once had Grand Duchess Tatiana as the chairman of a committee, and of course I addressed her with the permission of your Royal Highness, and she looked at me shocked. When I sat down next to her, I heard a kick under the table and a whisper, 'Are you crazy to call me like that?' I had to insist that on occasions like this, it was necessary." When the First World War broke out, Tatiana, together with her mother and sister Olga, joined the Red Cross as nurse. Of the three women, Tatiana was undoubtedly the most suitable for this hard work. The long work revealed not only the Duchess' empathy and kindness, but also her emotional stability and organizational skills and her vocation as a sister of mercy. Anya Virubova, who works with them, also remembered how the doctor who saw Tatiana at work said that she was born for this, because she was attentive and calm, and the people who worked with her always admired her professionalism. Even Dr. Dervenko, who is strict and amended by nature, said that he had rarely met such a calm, intelligent, and professional surgical nurse who delicately and faithfully touched the most serious wounds. Although many considered her cold and haughty, she was a poetic soul, always in search of the ideal and dreamed of having her own friends. Mosolov claimed that Tatiana's difficult character gave her greater spiritual depth than her sister Olga. Tatiana decided that we must fight hard because the return of God is evil and evil reigns. Chevotareva loves with Tatiana as if she were her own daughter and says that Tatiana would hold her hand when she was nervous. I am terribly ashamed and scared. I don't know who I greeted and who I didn't, Tatiana told Chevotareva during a formal event.
You loved me still the same, that you loved me still the same, that you loved me still.
During her life, Tatiana proved to be not only a true duchess, characterized by humility, gentleness, and a pure heart, but also a mother, daughter, and sister. In captivity, she demonstrated her courage and strength. In July 17, 1918, she was brutally murdered with all her family in the basement of the Ipatiev house by the communist Bolsheviks. In her last moments, she demonstrated the strength of her person by shedding her body to protect her sister and brother from the bullets. She died at the age of 21 from a gunshot to the back of the head. Her death at the hands of the Bolsheviks and the attitude and resistance she demonstrated during the persecution led the Russian Orthodox Church to proclaim Tatiana and her family's martyrs in 2000.